Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. As you could probably see in the title and thumbnail, I am going to react to part 2 of Dogpack 404's exposing MrBeast video series. And I did watch the first part a few days ago, like a week ago or something. Yeah. And I did definitely get hate. For some reason this is inaccurate, but it's like, oh, you have to cope so much. I'm not coping. First of all, like, I'm being more reasonable. Like, actually, I looked at all the evidence, and some of the stuff is sus, but like, it could definitely be cleared up because it's not certain. The most serious allegations are not certain. So I made this very long script for my next YouTube video, where I'm going to basically give actual evidence on why most of the stuff that Dogpack said is wrong. So yeah, that's like 4 whole pages, and I'm gonna get that out in a week or two. But yeah, most of his stuff was like very exaggerated, lacked context, or was just lies. And as someone who's watched every MrBeast video, I know that he's not a bad person. But anyway, I'm gonna watch this part 2. Let's see if there's something that changes my mind. Maybe he is really a bad person. Who knows? The thumbnail says he's evil. I highly doubt that. But, let's see if the stream's working. Yeah, okay. Alright, time to start. I already watched the first 2 minutes yesterday, but it's barely anything, so I might as well just watch the whole thing from the beginning. So here we go.
I'm hungry. All right, jokes for food. I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K. And
Okay, so it's working.
Hey, the hell after you?
I don't know what this is referencing. I know that guy, Jake Weddle.
I was gonna be somebody. I was gonna be the Carl took my job. Carl took my job.
Okay, so if I give input, I'm gonna try to be unbiased, although I am one of MrBeast's biggest fans. I'm wearing one of his signed t-shirts, and they're like, oh, it's probably not signed by him. No, Tyler signed like 1 or 2 shirts on stream, and then MrBeast actually did a video where he signed every t-shirt, pretty much every t-shirt. So yeah, it's definitely signed by him, almost definitely. Anyway, please don't try to send hate unreasonably, because I got like 50% dislikes almost on the last video. I'm just gonna try to be unbiased, but let's see what happens. Hello, 3 people. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, chat is not showing up right now because for some reason the chat wasn't working, but I will read the chat, so if you have anything to say, I will probably respond. So yeah. Okay, I don't know what this is referencing, but whatever.
Content cop from Timu back at it again. So just before I get into my interrogation of former MrBeast employee Jake Weddle, a lot has happened since my last video. After posting I got hundreds of messages from former MrBeast employees, and I had them all like send proof of former employment.
Okay.
You know, just people showing their support or telling their stories.
I already read all this. It's like
unsafe.
Most of this is just like people saying stuff. I don't know if this is true or not. Like there isn't like much evidence at all to back this up. Just like people saying stuff, but it's not what he's talking about right now. So I'm not gonna go into it very much.
Safe practices, you know, toxic workplace, stuff like that. I'm not really gonna get into those claims because, for one, like most people want to stay anonymous, which I understand, and also like I think most of that stuff should be covered with
this guy annoys me. I don't know why he hates MrBeast. Like. Based off all the things he said last video, it's like not even reasonable to hate him. It's like not even Jimmy's fault, and the stuff he accused him of that might be real, it's like not even serious or very exaggerated or something like that. Like, whatever.
Also, I have like more serious allegations that I want
more
to
serious.
covering.
Let's see.
Also, I heard from a very credible source that MrBeast has been sitting on a response to part 1 because he was worried.
Yeah. I do. MrBeast is probably gonna respond to part 1 and 2 in a video soon. So we'll see some of the things cleared up, hopefully. But yeah, I think the thumbnail calling MrBeast evil after helping so many people and like doing all these good things, I think it's completely ridiculous. But let's just keep watching.
If he posted it, I would instantly respond with part 2. You know, like like this is Kids Bop, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Also, I know MrBeast's secret CEO has been practically like harassing my people on, hey, what's in part 2? What does he know?
For his people.
So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people.
3 people, 3 parts.
Allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in cover.
So he's saying sexual misconduct. Does MrBeast directly do sexual misconduct? He's not saying any of that. So basically, it's like other people's fault, as far as I'm hearing, and he can't really do much about that. Whatever.
Those crimes. And I'll make sure to give you full credit and plaster your face all over the screen when we talk about that. So yeah, I've gotten dozens of messages from former MrBeast employees of very serious allegations. So I just want to put a call to action.
Okay, here's the part I haven't watched yet.
You can DM me. Just make sure you send proof of employment first, because I get a lot.
I don't care about this. Can I get my Zaza this week? DJ Lad, you're my favorite dealer. You're not making any sense. Come on.
DMs. And like, as much as I meme and joke around, like, I take anonymity very seriously. So without explicit permission, I don't go public with anything. And obviously, if it goes to court, I would hope they would censor your information.
Hello, 5 people.
And former contestants.
Hey, if you have any input, just tell me in the chat. I'll read it out, probably. And yeah, I'll respond.
Posting my last video is during the 100 Boys versus Girls video. I have people corroborating the same story that the camera guy who gave the girls a drone was making some girls feel uncomfortable.
Oh wow, really? That's not MrBeast.
And make them sleep on rough turf and get them high on.
They chose to do that.
And then you try to them.
High on paint fumes? What? What? What does that have to? How do you even know about that? And paint fumes don't even make you high. Whatever.
It's really dark. No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me.
Trying to bang them? What?
Yeah, you are. Because if
okay,
said no,
he basically has no evidence for this, but whatever.
She's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Anyway, so that will be part 3. So, MrBeast, do with that information what you will. I know Chucky didn't want to respond to those allegations.
What's that? Receiving DMs, very serious accusations, blah, 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 blah. Do you care to press? And then he didn't respond. Okay.
So anyway, my interview with Jake Weddle, I chose to interview him because I thought he was perfect because he was both on camera and behind the scenes in 2019 and 2020. And also, what people don't know is that he came back in 2021 to be the sole contestant of a MrBeast video, which never got uploaded because it went very badly. He also knows about another portable document format.
I don't know what to say about this.
Who's working at MrBeast while actually on the registry. And I'll get more into that story at the end of the video. So I got his DM, drove straight to New York overnight, did not sleep, drank a bunch of caffeine, and I also only had one microphone in the interview.
Okay, he's just telling like a story. I can't really say anything about this.
People said my last video started slow. This video also starts slow. It builds up over time. But I'll do the retention thing and say, the ending will blow your mind. It's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. Jake Weddle, everybody.
I'm Jake Weddle. Most people who, if you know me from MrBeast, I'm a deep cut. I'm in a few of the videos. Sometimes maybe purposefully kept in the shadows a little bit. I'm in the cutting room floor a lot of the time. But I've been in some videos. I've worked on a lot of them.
Yep, I'm aware.
2019 to 2020, 2021-ish when I came back and did some more. I was there when they were authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to Amazon. The culture around there was very.
I don't know.
Unspoken.
He's not giving any evidence, but whatever.
There was half the people who, if you made Jimmy happy, you were on the good half, and these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up.
See, that's good.
Screen time, and then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy, or just you didn't like it, you were in the other half. And I consistently was in the half that Jimmy doesn't like me. That's fine. I don't like him either. It's okay. That's so good to say. I don't like Jimmy. I hate you so much. He didn't want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively. And I could tell that the yes men were, doing well.
I saw a video a while ago about like what all the former MrBeast employees did. I thought he left on good terms, so why is he like changing it up all of a sudden?
I was, disgruntled for quite some time. So I've talked to reporters, right, like publicly, and I've always had to choose my words very, very carefully because I don't want to say anything I don't stand behind, obviously. So I used to talk to people.
Okay.
I used to glaze Jimmy publicly for things I do genuinely think are true. But then it's like, well, how can we just talk about the working conditions? Well, I wanted a career. I didn't want to,
This is kind of slow. It's been over 5 minutes, and there's been basically no allegations that have evidence.
It's like I have to, or I'll be sad. This is the moment we're gonna talk about it. So, as far as that, that's my covering up of why we didn't talk about XYZ sooner. But now you know.
What would you say is the fakest video that you worked on while you were there?
Fakest video that I worked on while I was there. This is the extent of the fakeness that I was involved to. This is admitting to my complicity. I was a writer there, and we were working on a video.
Okay, here we go.
With a rock or meteor or something. It was a rock or a meteor in the title of it. I can't remember, but he wanted to do a prank where, unbeknownst to the person, he takes a rock, crushes their car, and they're supposed to think a rock came out of space.
We're gonna take a meteor and we're gonna put it on Weddle's car. We're gonna take another meteor and put it on Marcus's car. Both of them have no idea that we're doing this. Weddle and Marcus are probably shocked. They had no idea.
And so that was the one and only time I had to, my car? What? And on the fly, I saw him, because Marcus was in that video. So Marcus is calling his mom. Marcus genuinely had no idea. He genuinely had no idea. But so Marcus is calling his mom, and his mom's freaking out. And I'm like, oh no, they're gonna call my mom next. So I had to text my mom, who had to beg to get the title Mom, I'm about to call you about the meteor thing. You have no idea? Be surprised. And then I hit send, and then they go, call your mom now. And I call my mom and I tell her, and oh, she should have got the Oscar. Oh my God, on the fly, she goes, what? I'm on vacation. Mom, my car has been destroyed.
Wait, what?
A meteor hit it.
I'm on vacation. Do you understand?
Whether at home,
I mean,
phone,
okay, ad. Wait, I thought you said this video isn't monetized. There shouldn't be ads on here. Whatever. So, I mean, if you're a smart guy, then obviously you're not gonna think that your car was destroyed by a meteor, because that's extremely unlikely, and it would have like demolished the car if it was that big. But yeah, so I guess there would be some acting there. He didn't have to act. MrBeast didn't tell me he had to, but whatever.
But yeah, I did that video, and they're supposed to give me $10K to put a down payment on a new car, and they wanted me to get like a big flashy new car. $10K was supposed to be a down payment, and I can't afford a big flashy new car because I work at MrBeast.
Huh?
So I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the taxes on. I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the insurance on.
They
So
say
I do my part of the
people used to say that being MrBeast's friend was the best deal of your life, but I guess he wasn't his friend. I don't know.
video, and I get a mom van that I could afford. And Jimmy was like, why didn't you get a cooler car? I was like, I can't afford that, bro. Come on, what are you talking about?
I mean, that's
was
reasonable.
working on a TV show in the 90s, on a show that was a quarter as successful, I could retire today. But now I make dog shit pay, making gajillionaires more money. And I just walked into the writer's room. That's one of the reasons why I left.
Making gajillionaires more money. I mean, MrBeast has said before that he's gonna give all the money he ever makes away, just that he can't do that right now since he has to spend money on other things.
Because I just walked in there and asked for not necessarily a gajillion dollars, but maybe a salary that was more proportional.
And MrBeast might not even be a billionaire right now. We're not sure, but yeah, it's like probably like 50-50. He's probably not a billionaire yet.
To the work I was doing, given how much revenue that work was doing. And then, I talked about that, and I talked about the Writers Guild and how this is what Writers Guild industry standard is for the streaming internet content with ads. I thought that was the closest thing to YouTube, and I didn't even bring up residuals, because oh my God, if I got residuals for every video I worked on.
What are residuals?
Boy, howdy, I
forgot.
But yeah, the other thing I talked about was there was another writer.
Did he say my name?
Yeah, the other thing I talked about.
He said the lad. Anyway.
There was another writer there, older comic, black guy. He had a kid, and I got paid more than him, and I thought that was wild because he was older than me, had a child. We're doing the exact same job, and I'm some 20-year-old fucking white guy. Why am I getting paid more than him? I brought that up.
Oh yeah, sorry. Language. Language up ahead because I don't control what he says. So anyway, he said they're being paid unequally. I mean, it's just what one guy's saying, but like I assume that he's not gonna lie unless he really hates MrBeast that much. But I don't know what was going through his mind, but probably because Jake Weddle was actually like more involved with MrBeast, I assume, and like he was probably doing more things, like the same job but more involved, whatever.
And one of the things I didn't like about the way some of the V stuff should.
Jimmy definitely doesn't seem like a sociopath or evil right now. So this video seems ridiculous so far, but whatever. What is he doing? Is he like sad or something? What is happening?
I feel really guilty about the way this like shook out. Yeah, I was talking to this other writer, like it's fucked up, you know, that's on the pay.
Oh come on, whatever. Get to it.
Listen, I want you to get paid more, you know, because you deserve to get paid more. You know, I don't have a kid. And he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, you know, because when you grow up with, you know, nothing. Not to say that he did, but I know I did. You know.
Wait, weren't they both paid well? I don't know.
A little something, you don't want to lose it. So you want to rock the boat. But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, you know, like if that's like, I trust you.
Why is he crying?
He went in that meeting with me. And I said my piece and he backed me up. And I said, I need X, Y, Z or I'm out of here. And they said, bet. And they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day. And if
okay, that's good. Why is he crying? I don't get it.
If I knew he was going to lose his job too, I wouldn't have done it.
Wait, why'd they said, he said a 7th check? What does that even mean? So, wait, he lost, they both lost their job because he wanted him to be paid more? Really? I don't know.
Me, I was over the moon. I was like, you're going to give me a check and I get to leave? You know, I don't get to deal with the you know, how many Orbeez can I fit up my asshole every day, you know? And I get to go home and you're going to pay me to leave. I was over the moon.
Well, at least they gave the other guy money to like to find a new job. I don't know how much the paycheck was. Okay, you don't pay taxes. Good for you or whatever. I don't know. That's not actually good. This guy was apparently fired because he wanted more money. But like, I don't know what the context is for this. So there could be a lot of like, a lot of manipulation in this video. I don't know. He does seem genuinely sad, but like there's probably a lot of stuff he didn't know about. Like, I bet that guy got another job because money for it.
Devastated. He did not want. I said he just wanted to be in the room, you know.
But that does seem kind of mean. I don't know what the context is.
That. But you know, me and you were really still.
Probably wasn't good on camera. I don't know.
Still good friends. Is he doing good? Yeah, he's doing good. He's a good guy. I love that guy.
See, he's doing good.
He's doing good. No. Yeah. So maybe you'll feel better. Honestly, best thing I could have done for him. Now that he's very, very far removed from all this crazy shit, I guess.
Do you think Jimmy really enjoys
See, best thing he could have done for him. So why is he crying if it was a good thing?
doing good and helping people?
I think Jimmy wants to be.
Do you think Jimmy really enjoys doing good and helping people?
Yes, he does.
I think Jimmy wants to be the best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on
he does.
his goal. And I think whatever he has to do to achieve that goal, he'll do. And I think it was the smartest decision for him that he calculated, because he's very good with numbers.
Yeah.
If I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty. If I give this homeless guy 10K, what do you mean I'm a bad guy? But I've always thought.
But like, I enjoy giving to people. He probably does too. Like, there's no way to actually get in the mind of someone, but like, a bunch of interviews, he definitely seems like he enjoys giving money, because like as I said before, he wants to give away everything he's ever made eventually once he dies. And like, what are you gonna do once you're dead? You can't get more famous. And also, he has a philanthropy channel where he gives away all the money that the channel makes. So it just doesn't seem like he's doing it only to get more famous. He really wants to help people, is what I think.
But if you're gonna do something nice for somebody, and you stick a camera in their face while you do it,
that's literally how he makes more money. If he did charity, and well, if all the charity he did was off camera, then people wouldn't know he was doing that. Second of all, he wouldn't make more money. Like, he'll just be losing a bunch of money, and then he wouldn't be able to do more charity. So there'd be less good happening in the world.
You didn't do a nice thing for somebody. You gained something. There was a homeless guy on the street, and you saw an opportunity for yourself and your image.
It's literally helping both sides. I don't know what the problem with this is. It's helping both sides so he can help the other side more.
You gave one guy $10,000 who needed it to eat, and now the revenue you generated from that video is way more than what you gave. I think when he's generous...
Yeah, but then he gives that money too. He gives most of the money he spends, or he uses it wisely. Mostly giving it away.
Remember, it's the least authentic thing in the world. There's an element of, you know, oh, hey, you're crying. That's so good for camera. You know, I'm so glad
I mean, he's making good videos. This guy literally cried for this video to make it more authentic, probably.
Thankful that you got XYZ. And then you go, oh, I'm so glad he needed it that bad, so I could come in and, oh, can you cry more? Oh, it's so good for the camera if you...
He probably never says, did he cry more? He's just making things up, most likely.
It made me uncomfortable when I was working there, and I didn't like it, and I vocalized it sometimes, and I think that's why I wasn't on camera as much as they said I was going to be. I was told at one point that I was going to be like fourth banana, you know, it was going to be Jimmy, Chris, Chandler, me, you know? And then that never happened. And I remember talking about that, like, hey, I thought my contract said XYZ. And then I got the severance checks. So, you know, whatever, how that revert.
So after your severance checks, how was
Okay.
your relationship?
Severance check, not seventh check.
I know you appeared in videos after that, right?
Right. So in videos where I was appearing in later, that's why you keep nice publicly. If you're nice in public, hey, Jake was nice in public. Let's have him back for something. You know? Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I was hoping they call back. You know, and. I appeared in some videos after I left. I think one of them was 3 days in a maximum security prison. If I did do mini challenges,
50 hours, yeah.
I got paid. I was, you know, clocked in with the rates, and I would get paid and compensated for those. But there was one video I was in. I got paid a lot for it, but it didn't come out.
Huh.
It didn't come out because it didn't go well. There was a video that came out probably like a year ago, something like that. It got a lot of hot water when it came out. It was the
Oh yeah, what's it called? How long can you survive in? What's it called? Not an asylum. It's like with no. So I don't know.
Like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary or surviving.
Solitary confinement. That's what it is. And then they called it prison. Yeah.
It was one of those solitary confinement videos that got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. And
I mean, he's getting money for it.
People don't know that was the second attempt.
That's interesting.
The first attempt was on me.
Struggling with complicated content and editing software? I was too. Riverside really simplified things. Riverside
A lot.
It didn't go well.
Okay, why did it not go well? He seems like a really kind of a crybaby. I don't know.
I was already planning on moving to New York, and I worked at a couple of YouTube companies after Beast.
Did he train
And I
himself
had
to
a
cry?
pocket, you know, the most change I had in my pocket ever. You know, small potatoes, you know, compared to Beast bullshit. But you know, I thought I had enough to move to New York or whatever. And I got a call from somebody over there, and they go, "Hey, they want you for a video." I was like, "Oh, amazing, great, cool, thank God."
Okay.
What's the video? And they tell me the pitch. And they try to make the pitch sound like it's gonna be like a walk in the park. The pitch is 100 days in solitary confinement. But don't worry, like you only have to last like 30. We have like a video. They're pitching it like at first it's gonna be like a luxury vacation. You're gonna have like a hot tub and an ice cream machine, And like part of the video is gonna be you deciding like what items am I gonna get rid of, you know, today, and it's like the choice.
Yeah.
They were like, it's only gonna be bad for the last like 5 days tops when you have like nothing left. You're the first. It's gonna be like a breeze for most of it, and by the end of it, after 30 days, you're gonna get $300,000 because it's $10,000 a day. And
That sounds really good.
I don't know, man. I grew up poor in North Carolina. I said, excuse me. I'll dance for you if you put that kind of money in my face, sure. They were like, you're going to be locked in this room, and we got to make sure you're on all the time. We're going to have cameras on you all the time, and you're perfect for this because you never shut the fuck up. On paper, I was like, okay, I can do this. And I was, they always cut me out of the videos. They always, and I was, editors have told me that it's because you have too much of a personality. And so,
Too much of a personality? That sounds weird. But the editor said that, not MrBeast? Okay.
This is perfect. It's a video they can't cut me out of. I'm the guy.
Yep.
And so I thought, well, if I have to do this, if I have to do solitary confinement in order to do the things I want to do, then I will do that. That I held my tongue and I swallowed my pride and I tried to do one last ride.
Okay.
I get there, and at first it's fine. And I mean, they just freshly painted the set. You could smell it, you know. Which that's probably not good, you know, the smell of fresh paint in your surroundings for the next XYZ time.
I mean, it's just paint. It's not toxic.
Visual, like it looks good on camera. You know, it's movie magic bullshit. It was a terrible facility. I mean, it was in one of the studios. They had to like get like a separate like tank for, you know, septic stuff. Yeah, there was a hot tub in it. Yeah, there was an ice cream machine. Like things were cool and funny on paper, but when you think about stuff.
Okay.
A hot tub that's not connected to a filtration system. Give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. You know, if there's not like a hot water.
They had no filtration system? Okay.
Mechanism. So the hot tub was a lukewarm tub at best, which was a silly complaint, but the shower was always cold, and you take like a quick shower, and I had cameras 24/7 on me, and the ice cream machine.
It's probably exaggerating, but I can't really say much about this right now.
For a second, the ice cream machine has 2 modes. On, and off, reeking of smelly dairy mildew. Like, so I got to choose which sense was assaulted at a time. I couldn't have all of them good. So the little thing started to build up. You know, there was like the bug thing wasn't like terrible, but it was a
bug.
And, like at first it was fine, you know, and you're playing it up like, cause you know it's a video, and it got to a point where like they weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked them. I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? You know? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time-lapse shots. The time-lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Yeah, I saw in other videos they did like, oh, you're gonna get XYZ hours of sunlight. Oh, great! Well, I don't know how they figured that one out. I didn't have it. You know, one of the things was you got to take away your clock, so you didn't know what time it was. Okay, I got no access to the sun. I got no access to the clock. I don't know, like, the lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep. And
I mean, other people have done that. I think MrBeast did that to himself for a while. I guess he assumed that it wouldn't be too bad for him, but whatever.
I have insomnia problems now, but they might have started there. I had good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me saying, this we gotta stop. So I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend.
Okay.
And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime.
A war crime?
We're not allowed to do...
A war crime? Sleep deprivation is a torture and war crime. Probably not a war crime if it's not in war. It's not a torture crime if you're getting paid for it, I'm pretty sure. And that's not sleep deprivation, it's just keeping the lights on. You can still sleep.
Do that to terrorists. Oh, good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing.
It's not breaking the Geneva Convention. It's like that thing about the lottery last time, where it's like, oh yeah, it's because they use this definition, it's definitely torture and a crime. No, it's not. They're just using a weird definition. Like very vague, like sleep deprivation. What counts as sleep deprivation? And how do you know if it's a war crime? How is it war and how is it crime? Like what?
So, you know, they're giving me, you know, melatonin, you know, it's not helping, you know, and then Jimmy would come in like every other day for like an hour, you know, to check in on me because he's doing other stuff. You know, I'm just the guy in the cage over here. He'll come back to me in a minute. And so he'd come by, he'd get the shots, he'd leave. Sometimes he'd have a note with the director over the phone that would really piss me off. This is the note I got from the director, from Jimmy, when I'm receiving some cash. He said, Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are that now you can pay back your student loans? You know how hard it is to do a take of that and pretend to make it genuine?
Well, he's not thankful for money? Is that what he's saying?
I don't want to have student loans. I don't want to be in a cage.
Well, didn't he choose to be in college? And didn't he choose to be in the room?
But Jimmy's the guy with the money, and if you do what he says, he'll do what you want. You want your student loans paid off? You'll be in this cage. And you have power over people. When one person doesn't have resources and the other one does, and they hold it over your head.
He is literally helping him. He helped him. I would gladly, I'll do $5,000, like half of that to be in one of those types of places for like 30 days. Come on, $5,000 a day.
Of course. Just something about like having the cameras on me all the time. Like I was not having a good time, but we were filming a video, so I was trying my best to be funny. You know, I'm a dark comic. You know, I got bits about. I had a very traumatic life. I have my dad is
He had a very traumatic life. Let's see.
in jail for sexual assault of a minor. You know, so this kind of stuff is
Oh wow, he has a bad dad. Okay.
very near to my heart. You know, I don't fuck around with this shit. And, yeah, I have jokes about that.
Okay.
You know, I joke about it because that's what you do in a traumatic experience. No, I get out of it. The first thing I do is I do a typine about it. You know, so I'm in this situation where I get out of it. The first thing I do is I do a typine about it.
A
So I'm in
Thai-fi?
a situation where my mental health is not good. My physical health is getting worse, but we're filming, so I'm doing bits. I'm talking to the camera, and I'm being, you know, like, hey, it's been a couple days. I'm not doing so hot.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is just that they kind of chose the wrong person for this, because it would be fine for other people if they could sleep, if their mental health was okay, but they just, I guess, didn't know about his personal life and like how this would work out, so they accidentally chose him, who was the wrong person. Let's do it again.
If I'm filming a video, that's what I should be doing for the camera, but it was too real. If they're faking videos, why couldn't we fake this one?
They don't fake videos. That's the whole point. They're not faking videos. Like, come on. What are they faking? You haven't given any good evidence on what they fake.
Now, if we're allowed to let these cast members have some time off of this difficult challenge, how come we couldn't turn the lights off?
Who's getting time off? They're not. He's not saying any evidence. This isn't real. But like, yeah, not turning the lights off. I guess that is kind of bad. But like, they just didn't know they were sleep deprived.
How come we
They had insomnia.
For 10 seconds.
How much should good car insurance cost you a month? $80? $120? Nope.
I almost guarantee that this is a monetized video, despite how at the beginning it said it's not monetized. Because the last one, it said it wasn't monetized and there were no ads. And this one, it also says it's not monetized and there are ads. I'm pretty sure he's trying to make money from this. Like, come on, liar.
Yes. I was starting to calculate. I don't know if I could do 30. How much can I? Well, how can I manage to get out of here sooner, and still have a video and still have some cash and get the plug, man. I did. Since we're doing time-lapse shots, and since they insisted on time-lapse shots, I said, all right, we'll give you time-lapse shots back. I put my YouTube on with the whiteboard they gave me. And I was like, all right, yeah, go ahead and scrub that footage. You know, you got that whiteboard. Oh no, either that goes in or this footage is unusable. And then, you know, James Warren came in and erased it. You know, fucking, don't put that. Don't, hey, we can torture him. Don't you dare let him get a plug in there. You know.
Did MrBeast say that, or did MrBeast do that, or was it like one of his workers? Because seems like it was just one of his workers. But yeah, I mean, I guess MrBeast or MrBeast's crew didn't like endorse like him promoting himself, but I don't see a big problem with that.
Like we were playing up the joke, you know, it's like, oh, I'm the boy in the cage, you know, whatever. Like I'll play into a joke, whatever, it's fine. It's just something weird about when Jimmy jokes. I have jokes about my dad because I love jokes from my dad. I'll joke about my dad all the time. I guess piece of shit. I hate my dad. I have friends that make fun of my dad. That's fine because I know their intent. I know where they're coming from. When Jimmy joked with my dad, and I sat down to see weird. I don't like it. We were doing that one of those hide and seek videos again. You know, at the time they were a lot realer. So I got caught.
They were never. They were never not real. He hasn't showed proof that they're not real. But whatever.
You go to the place where you get caught. And I don't know if there's footage of this. I don't know. I definitely didn't make the final cut. But he says to me, "All right, you're going to jail. You know, like your dad." And like, it's a joke.
So he just it looks like he just doesn't like that MrBeast joked about his dad because he's MrBeast and he doesn't like him, and not for any other reason.
But when my friends do it, it's fine. And Jimmy wasn't my friend.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He was my boss, and that wasn't cool. And so now, I'm locked in a cage at his whim, and I have to do things to get the cash I need to live. And I got these cameras on me all the time.
I mean, it's his choice.
And I was unwell. I had editors coming up to me saying, "You good, bud?"
Max, how do you get in here? My dog is in here.
You're clearly unwell. And he goes, well, because the footage you're sending in is haunting. Because I'm trying to be funny, but I am mentally decaying, so I'm doing bits. Someone said there is a horror cut of a video in this. And I'm like, who's watching this? Like, who wants to see this? What is fun about this, the video? And so the thing that made me want to, I got to get out. I can't do another day in a year.
How many days did he last?
And I'm asleep. I don't know what time it is. I was like 2 or 3 or whatever. He's like, why is he sleeping? I don't know, because I can't sleep. It comes in,
but he was sleeping. So he can sleep.
And he goes, ask me why I have 2 briefcases. And I'm like, why do you have 2 briefcases? And he goes, oh, because this one's for today, you know, and this one's for the challenge. And I go, what's the challenge today? He goes, you're gonna run a marathon. You're gonna do the 22.6K, whatever it is. And you're gonna do it on that treadmill over there. The first challenge I did was a Rubik's Cube, and I'm dyslexic. I'm dumb. I don't know how to do a Rubik's Cube. So your first challenge, Rubik's Cube. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. I was like, on camera. I don't want to do it. He goes, just do it for the thing. My kid, yeah. Like there was an element of, oh, Jake will do what we want because he's in house. You know, that's one of the reasons why they got me. Jake's he's an inside guy, so he'll do whatever. We can push him a little extra hard because we know he's. I couldn't say no to the treadmill thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's some exercise and money.
People who run marathons train forever, and it's still hard. Again, Ryder. Do I look like I run? I don't run. You know, let alone a marathon. Let alone have training for it. So.
I ran a half marathon. It didn't take too much training. I could probably do a marathon without that much training. I don't know.
Sunlightless, you know.
Skin to me is just getting my acne under
Okay,
control.
this is definitely monetized. This guy's a liar.
Effective skincare routine.
I mean,
Did you try to say no? Like, did you have a choice, or?
Based on the Rubik's Cube thing, and based on all the other stuff, like there was so much pressure to just do it, just do the thing, you know. And if I refuse, it's just, oh, that's the whole video. I guess the budget's, so much money up in flames because Jake said he wouldn't want to do the thing. And so I wanted to be a good sport, and I wanted to get the boost, and I wanted the cash, and so I started running at 12. I was able to take some breaks, and
See, he didn't have to do it all at the same time, so it's not even a big deal.
I have. He goes, until I get back. And I'm running until 3 a.m. Alright, I got off the treadmill.
Crying a lot.
Blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red.
Do you not have shoes?
I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid.
Okay.
I got off the treadmill and
That seems exaggerating, but okay.
I came in to like ice my feet, make sure I was good. Then that's when I was like, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
Well, at least he probably did the marathon. I don't know.
And that's when I get psych in, and I talk to the psych about how I'm not well. And like I said, there was a lot of good people over there that was saying, you gotta pull him out. Yeah, I had friends that did some freelance work, and they would tell me, they'd be like, yeah, everyone knows you over there, everybody loves you. They go, oh, Jake Weddle, love that guy. Shame what happened to him. Like I'm a ghost. And I asked him, I said, how much longer are you guys gonna keep me in here? And the guy goes, realistically, like at least 7 more days? No. And they didn't let me leave right away either. They wanted to make sure, everything was fine.
See,
So,
they care for him.
Slept for a while. They turned the lights off. And they brought, it's like they brought in all my friends, to make it.
Why is he so sad about this? Cry for the camera. Okay, I'm trained for crying. I don't know.
They brought in all the people I liked. And Jimmy. Then everybody was around me, making sure I was good, making sure I was okay.
See, they're caring about him. Like what?
Jimmy had his he was sitting in the chair, turned around like an evil villain. Swear to God, everyone was looking at me, and he was like Lex Luthor over there.
What?
He turns around, he stands up. He does the exact same thing when he's pretending to have a human connection. You know when you're watching a video?
Pretending.
And he's like, oh, stop, you're gonna make me cry. And he like touches his eye or whatever as if he's crying. He's just... I didn't have to pretend to do that shit. She says, as if rehearsed by his lawyers. Yeah, your mental health's the most important thing. I just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is... I can almost hear the word Sue come out of his mouth. The S. He just stopped right before it got out.
What?
Out of his mouth. Like... And I just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing we want you to do is...
Oh, Sue.
I did not get the 300.
What?
I did not get...
You did not yet?
The 300K.
Oh, he didn't get it.
He goes, think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earned. You were in there for XYZ days. You did XYZ challenges, so you got, 100,000 some change,
Oh, so it's like 12 days or something?
I spent taxes in 2021. I spent $44,000 in taxes alone. And now...
Well, he chose to live in New York City, or New York. I don't know why he would choose a place that's so expensive if he's not making good money, but okay.
I spent all that money on doing stand-up. I bought plane tickets to go do comedy festivals. My family back home, I gave them a bunch of stuff that they needed. And haven't been back on a Beast set in any official capacity or unofficial capacity since then.
Okay.
And they did the video with somebody else, and they worked out the kinks. And then I'd still gotten some hot water, and I knew it would. And I've wanted to say a lot of this for a long, long, long time. And I feel good now. That's how you get that out there.
So many ads. Oh my gosh. This was not in the last one.
So I just want to hop in here and show some text that Jake sent me after this interview. This is July 29th.
Okay, how are you feeling after a few days? Better? Still can't sleep. You're a few days out. I'm mentally still in an uneasy place. Therapist is a little concerned. So he's saying he's okay, just not totally okay.
2021, a few days after he got out of solitary. How are you feeling after a few days?
Oh, so you gonna read all
I
this?
still couldn't sleep, even a few days out, but I
Come
almost
on.
had my sleep
I already read this.
intact.
Whatever.
My legs and joints
Max.
are good, but the blisters
Max,
on my feet
stop.
still hurt to walk
Come
on. Medical advice I got was not to lance them and just let them go away with time. I'm mentally still in an uneasy place, but I've gotten back on better help. My therapist is a little concerned, but we are working on
This
things.
is just
Minor, this is not
padding the video link to make more money, I guess.
supposed to be a traumatic life event. This is supposed to be a MrBeast video. Hey Jake, hope you're doing okay. Meg and I just wanted to check in on you. Hey,
Okay.
I'm good and I appreciate that. Jake, hope you're not supposed to
July
be
29th,
okay.
July
Meg and I
30th,
just wanted to
okay.
check in on you. Hey, I'm good and I appreciate that. I'm not exactly 100%. I feel like mentally I'm still recovering a bit, but back in therapy and my therapist is concerned. Haha. But my
Okay.
legs and joints feel better. Like I can walk, but my feet are still covered on those blisters and those hurt to walk on. But I was told the best thing to do is stay off my feet and let them heal.
Okay.
I'm in rally with my family. Also, it'll be like a month before I get the money, and they aren't giving me all the money. They're giving me what I won up to that point in the game.
That's
which
just
is
fair.
Also a slap in the face, but hey, I'm out. I'm alive. Therapist who knows and cares about you. The whole thing was so fucked, and honestly, fuck them for not giving you the money. Meg and I.
What? Why? What? He didn't earn $300,000. Like he literally worked for that. They're just being dumb.
You're the best with your recovery, and please feel free to reach out if you need anyone to talk to or need a place to crash in New York. Hope you're doing well,
Dumb.
man. That video you uploaded is money. So good. I appreciate. I'm doing better physically. Mentally, I'm still kind of in a place. I still can't sleep. I've slept 5 hours in the past 3 days.
Wow.
Marathon included. I don't know what's wrong with me. Lots of thinking too much, one might say. Hope they're taking care of you where they can. I mean, I was kind of shocked they didn't pay me for the full 25, 30 days they paid me.
Because
but I
he
made up
he only did like 12 days. What? Why is he shocked about that? Like if he did more days, he would have been paid more. I don't know how that's shocking.
to that point. Like even when we have to pull the plug for my mental health, the mechanism of the game is still at play.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be out.
And
I
you
still
didn't even
can't
make a
walk
video
well,
out of
but it
that.
hurts less. And like I'm not famous enough to burn a bridge, so at the end of the day, I'm still Jimmy's bitch. Like if I was Carl who did that to me, I'd ruin him. And they
What?
won't do it again. That could be your leverage. If the guy breaks down also, 2 is better than 1. Yeah, right. I told them everything
What?
they did to me that they can't do again in order to make sure the other person doesn't break down as fast. But like the way the video is meant to function is the problem. It's a bad idea, full stop. It
I don't know.
sounds clickbaity, sounds right up Jimmy's alley, but it's morally unethical like on every level.
I wouldn't say it's morally unethical on every level. Like, is the guy choosing to be in there? Yes. Is there gonna be a lot of money to help? Yes. Is he gonna be living a horrible life with nothing to go off of? No. He has plenty of stuff, at least at the beginning, and he's still like fine later on. It's his choice.
Off-camera breaks, right up Jimmy's night, visitation, take the marathon out. Marathon is a video in itself. You can't expect someone to exert themselves like that
Okay.
for 45 seconds of content. The challenges really made it feel dehumanizing. Felt like a parody of MrBeast. I felt like the homeless guy they could exploit. It felt like if Jeff Bezos had a gimp. It felt like if Jeff Bezos, and part of me thinks that there's a great horror cut in there.
Well, I don't know what a gimp is. What?
LMAO, he was so fake when he came in and said he cared about my mental health.
He what? MrBeast definitely does care about his mental health. Like, he's just saying, oh, I think he doesn't care about my mental health. What?
They must have programmed the care about mental health updates.
What?
He said, we also don't want you to, and I swear to our Lord and Savior, he stopped himself from saying sue. Also, as far as like, he could have said no, he could have left at any time. I want to show this segment from an internal document at MrBeast called How to Succeed in MrBeast Production. Specifically on page 19, there's a paragraph called No does not mean no. Already insane. Because
Weird.
It seems to be co-opting the popular anti-slogan.
Anti what?
which is a terrible look given the allegations that are going to be coming out very
Okay,
soon.
okay, what's this guy saying? I don't get it. Everyone tries to expose MrBeast, but everyone knows that not everything was real, yet most of the prizes are real. I don't understand why no one talks about the good things. Exactly, right? He does, even if it's for the video. I think that the worst part is that the part that he exposed is really the beast. I think the worst part of the exposed video is really the beast. That I don't know what you're saying. If what they say about it is real. Okay. Well, I kind of got that. Anyway.
It reads, when dealing with people outside MrBeast Productions, never take no at face value.
I mean, if he wants to make a good video, that makes sense.
And you can call the local Dollar Tree, and the person that answers says, no, you can't film here. That literally doesn't mean shit.
Okay.
Talk to other employees and see if they are fans.
Wait, did MrBeast make this? I don't think he did, but anyway. He might have. Talk to other employees and see. Yeah, this is just like making sure it's fine. It's not like I'm gonna storm your place and do this illegally. What?
You have kids that are fans. Try talking
Beast games. Oh, the worst part is if the Beast games thing. Yeah. It's kind of like, I think Amazon's responsibility partially to like take care of that, and Amazon is known for not treating their people well. I don't know much about that though.
Their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team. If all avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules. Basically, what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no.
I mean, what's wrong with that? You're making sure it's okay. And then you make a good video out of it.
Don't stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. This is one of
so he's making sure it's fine. What?
Of many tools that when combined dramatically improve your probability of success when producing here. So yeah, this idea of like pushing through no's is a big component to working at MrBeast. And the way that it manifests itself a lot of the time is like a director might tell a producer, hey, we need access to 30 acres of farmland by Tuesday or we lose $500,000. Now, if you're the producer, you obviously know that means get it done or you lose your job. So what can happen is like a producer's calling up farmers saying, hey, I need to use your land. And the farmer might be like, okay, but, you know, I have animals, you can't be making really loud noises, no pyrotechnics, and you got to clean everything up. So the producer's sort of incentivized to lie and say, or maybe the producer doesn't even actually know the total contents of the video, right? Things change last second.
Yeah.
So they're very like, they're financially incentivized to be manipulative.
Why is he saying, whatever.
They're put in positions where it's like, oh, it's either the producer's job or a civilian's job, like where it talks about, hey, maybe the manager would be willing to bend the rules. Well, you shouldn't really be pressuring civilians to bend the rules that could get them fired, you know? I'll show you a real life example. This is unused evidence from part 1. I had seen this Reddit post titled MrBeast leaving trash behind and debris at film site in Aden, North Carolina. Apparently, he left
what does
a
this
large
mean?
boat in a pond as well as debris around the film site in the bottom of the pond weeks and weeks after the agreed time frame. This actually rendered it unsafe for campers and almost delayed the camp's opening date multiple times due to not being able to get in contact with MrBeast to get
so
stuff
didn't.
cleaned up out of the area.
He might have forgotten. I mean, everyone makes mistakes. He probably forgot.
A MrBeast video called "Protect the Yacht, Keep It."
Oh, that one, yeah.
Where at the end of that video, he actually says,
And if you're wondering, yes, we did ensure the lake was completely cleaned up after this video. For the love of God, subscribe so we can pass T-Series.
You look very refreshed today.
So many ads, oh my gosh.
Using a new product.
Oh, is it that like caviar?
Yes, he says at the end of the video that they made sure it was cleaned up. I was actually on site for part of this production.
Oh, really?
This camp. So I decided to send an email out to the camp, basically saying, hey, I heard these rumors. I'm investigating.
His name is James, okay.
Incidents. And the camp responded.
The fake video allegations are peanuts compared to all the real stuff. Okay, yeah, I guess.
Actually not denying the claims, going on to say, I am sure that there are no perfect film productions, just as there are no perfect people. I am grateful for the opportunity that we had to host the production crew, and because grace, or forgiveness, has been offered to me so freely, I will choose to offer the same. So clearly,
why are they saying
that there was a wrongdoing by MrBeast production team. And that's like sort of the thing is, if you're around Greenville, you know these stories of people working with MrBeast and it being extremely unprofessional, them not doing what they say, but they sort of get by a lot on their good public image. And like, I mean, this camp offered to host them completely for free. And I guarantee, like, if you went to the lake at the camp and you went magnet fishing, like, you'd find all sorts of debris that's still there to this day. Like,
and this is just him assuming things, so he really doesn't know.
They didn't clean it all up. So in the case of Jake Weddle, like, I'm sure that there were producers who were in a position of, hey, if Jake gets out early, we don't have a video, and your job is at risk. So there's a tremendous amount of pressure on top of, like, him being delirious.
They probably wouldn't be out of a job if just one video doesn't get made, but okay.
Sleeping and everything to just manipulate him into staying, which you know, I'm sure isn't, like, technically against the Geneva Convention on torture because he wasn't technically a prisoner. Like,
yeah, exactly.
He could have left at any time, but because of the extreme pressure to stay in, it's not really a reasonable expectation that he could have just, you know, walked out.
He could have, though.
I think Jimmy is a awkward kid who maybe had it a little rough growing up. I can't speak on that, but I did.
His father left him anyway.
Because I had it rough growing up, and I think when you're hyper fixated on something, like I love stand up, he loves YouTube, everyone fixates on a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he just wanted to be the best YouTuber so bad, and because the industry's metrics, you know, rewarded some not great behavior, if you're just going on autopilot based on what the numbers say, you know, you can do some things that maybe aren't good, but reap reward. And I think Jimmy just did what the industry and maybe what the system that we have set up demanded.
Okay.
And
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Can't speak for most of that. No, he didn't care who got hurt. Did he act? I mean, he might have gotten hurt a little bit, but that was like his own doing. He could have said no. And also, like, MrBeast doesn't. He literally was there and showed they cared.
I think Jimmy surrounded himself with really, really not so great people, and those people were the ones making the decisions. And I want
Chris
to say,
Tyson.
really important. There are so many good people that work at MrBeast who are damn good at their jobs. Like, when Jimmy comes in and asks for something impossible, it's these people's jobs to do it. And they shouldn't be able to make it happen, and they do.
Okay.
And so
it doesn't seem it wouldn't be impossible then.
About stuff because I didn't want my friends to lose their jobs. I don't care about my fucking job. I'll buy in the hole. I don't care. But I don't want my friends to lose their jobs. You know? I don't want anyone's reputation to be fucked.
Saying that for it a lot.
But
sorry about that.
Let's just go back to my dad for a second, if I may. My dad was like a swim coach, neighborhood.
This doesn't have to do with MrBeast, but okay.
Behind closed doors, he's a real piece of shit. And so, when stuff started hitting the fan.
Come on, next.
What? Him? No. Surely. And then, you know, everyone, you know, thought my mom was the bitch, you know, for not, you know. But then the news broke, you know, that he did what he did to one of the students of the team.
Wow. And well, good thing that's not MrBeast. What does this guy say? Yo, Dogpack gained 116,000 subscribers today. That is impressive, but yeah, I guess that happens when you go viral multiple times.
You just go. When I saw my dad in the news, I said, "Oh, you idiots!" Like I was like, "No, what?" I was, "Oh, dumbass! God damn it!" But I wasn't surprised, and it was just consequences happening to somebody who was really good at avoiding them for a long time. And I don't know, everybody loves Jimmy, and behind closed doors, he is not super great. And
how does why is he saying he's not great? Like I know stories about people that have met him. I mean, I don't know anyone specifically, but like on YouTube, a bunch of people have met him and they say he's great.
That image is cultivated purposefully and intentionally, and it's branding, it's marketing, it's YouTube.
Okay, so I guess, yeah, just one final question on a serious note. Obviously, the Ava Chris Tyson drama. You know, that's a known issue of traditional media. Did
Why
you
is it zooming on police? What?
witness or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
It's crazy. I probably hung out with Ava the most out of the main cast just because I was on Beast Hacks. Now Beast Hacks. I don't know if it's still out. That was a lot of fun because it was just, you know, being silly and goofy in front of the camera. And Ava was the only person who was willing to film. Everybody else was
Chris
too
at the
busy,
time,
didn't
but
want to,
okay.
and I was just trying to do my job. Sometimes there'd be like an offhanded joke that's a little gross. I mean, I'm a stand-up, so I'm very desensitized to that. I didn't hear anything that was like, whoa, that's crazy. But when I saw, the reason I messaged you instead of talking to reporters sweetly like I have been was when I saw the Discord stuff.
Apparently, the thing about the Discord leaks, MrBeast barely was on Discord and didn't really know about that stuff. So, he wasn't really involved, and when he was, he, like, just didn't pay attention that much. I don't know.
It was like 2019, so I guess if the timelines add up, that would have been, like, handled, for lack of a better term, and then they started bringing more people on. You know, maybe they thought they had that under the rug, you know? All right, we handled that, now let's bring in some writers, you know? When I saw it, all that stuff started coming out. And the potentiality, as of this moment of recording, you know, I know this has been happening fast and stuff has been coming out so fast. Just the potential that Jimmy could have been in those Discord chats, or even the potential that he participated in those Discord chats.
He didn't do anything wrong. It was the other people, and he didn't even notice.
After the shit he did to me.
Not intentionally?
You're gonna make fun of my dad.
He didn't make fun of his dad. He said he's fine when other people do it. Okay, whatever.
I don't care what happens to me and my career and reputation after this. I had to say some stuff. So, whatever happens, happens at this point.
Outside of Ava Chris Tyson, did you notice any or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
I've heard rumors. I can't confirm or deny anything. I don't have any tangible evidence, but
okay.
I've heard stuff.
So he doesn't have evidence, but okay.
If it could be investigated, that'd be great. Because of water cooler talk. But I've heard things, yes, of course. I've heard, you know, people have been let go for sexually assaulting some very young people.
Well, they were let go, so that's good.
Jimmy didn't know. Or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. You know, he's very careful about his image.
Yeah, he like, why, if I was Jimmy, I wouldn't want, and I found out that someone I hired supposedly, like, did sexual misconduct with a minor, then I wouldn't want that getting out. It's like, it doesn't have to get out. You just fire him and then don't talk about it. So that seems like the right way to go. But, okay.
You know, the tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. You know, how do you prove that?
I mean, depending on how bad it was, you could, like, get them to go to prison, but, like, just make sure it doesn't, like, mess with your image, you know?
Well, there was a known sex offender.
Well, why are they...
Convicted sex offender.
Why is there a big blur there? What?
On the registry and everything.
What is happening?
Who worked
Is that a glitch? I guess so.
And, like, you can, you know, someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you know, you get it. You can still have a job after you're on the, that's one thing. You know, you go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. You know, like, if you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be rehabilitation in this country. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear.
From what he hears.
He's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people.
If you have a child,
oh my gosh, so many ads
to get into the best university possible.
Like every 5 minutes there's ads. Victim's age 1 to 11 years old. That is such a big range that we have no idea. Like, okay, but how were they a victim? Did they actually, like, rape them? Did they just talk to them inappropriately like Chris. I don't know. It was originally the full page of the sex offender that works for MrBeast. He blurred it a few hours later. Oh. It was a full page of the offender that works for MrBeast. I don't think he still works for MrBeast, but okay. I don't know why you had to blur it either. That would be evidence to show that it's not good. But now we don't have evidence. I don't know.
And they knew that. He's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people.
Okay.
And they covered up the fact that not only did he...
The non-blurred image is still available online. Okay, where is it? Where is it? I want to see it. What is it? MrBeast worker offender. This person? Is that who it is? Charles Jefferson? Moderate risk? I don't know. Or is it this person? Oh, is that the same guy? Because it's the same guy later. I can't see much of this. So, Charles Jefferson, I guess. Upper Echelon has a video on it. I don't know who that is, but okay. Well, he probably wasn't like registered yet as a sex offender. He wouldn't hire that guy if he knew.
But he was like the manager when it all started. And you know that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails.
Oh, so is that guy? Yeah.
And whenever he
bearded guy.
He's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender, and that your face can be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Like, do I have to? Is it more on the nose, or?
I mean, there's no way that Jimmy knew that at the time.
Rumors back and forth.
He was registered as a 16-year-old, later became a manager and video participant in MrBeast videos. I don't recognize that guy very much. He might have been just in that one video. I don't know if it was in other videos. I don't know.
Yep. So I don't know why they let him go, but he did leave at one point. Even if that guy didn't do anything, they still knew about it, and he was still around.
How did they know about it?
And what if he's one of the people in the Discord servers? What if he's not? I don't know. But when I was there, they called him Delaware. He's like, why do you call him Delaware? And I didn't know. Apparently, they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware. That's his nickname? Colloquially? Like, you know, yeah, it's Delaware. Don't ask
He's
for
banned
why.
from Delaware? What?
The fuck? Did Jimmy know about it? The likelihood that he didn't know is astronomically low.
Okay, so finally I have a recorded...
Wait. So when did he find out about this? Because I'm sure he wouldn't hire someone who was already... that he already knew was a registered sex offender. So he would probably find out about him and then fire him. So they're not giving all the details here, so we don't really know what actually happened.
The person on the other end of this line is a different former MrBeast employee talking about Delaware. Also, apparently before this phone conversation got recorded, the person on the other end of the line said that the MrBeast team was actually trying to expunge Delaware's record off the registry.
What?
And that's what actually like sparked this person to start recording.
Delaware, what?
Person to start recording.
Delaware was a hustler? What does that mean? Okay, he made money. Jimmy didn't care about who's taking it. Okay. Why is the audio so distorted? Just go out there and build a set. Okay.
Okay, so Reed is MrBeast's former manager who was in the last video telling Jimmy, you know, hey,
Reed,
don't promote gambling to children. So, you know, I think Reed's taken 2 W's this month. You know, don't promote gambling to children and don't have a offender role.
Okay.
Yeah, just from where I'm sitting, it seems extremely unlikely that Jimmy wouldn't know. But you know, I know I'm sure that's the defense he'll go with. So I'll just say preemptively, like, you know, if somehow Jimmy didn't know about Delaware.
When he hired him, I bet he didn't, but okay.
I think it's still such an extreme level of negligence. Like, what, you're not doing background checks. You're not. Everyone at your company knows, but somehow you don't.
Wait, so, like, did this happen before he was hired? Like, all this offender stuff?
Don't know. I think that needs more of an explanation.
Yeah, I think this needs a lot more explanation from Jimmy to clear things up and, like, just explain most of this stuff, because pretty much this whole video has, like, just claims. So, I mean, there was a bit of evidence, but, like, most of this is just like, oh yeah, this happened. I'm not gonna show anything about it, but yeah. This guy's bad. He did bad things, and oh yeah, he probably didn't care about us. Like, you're not showing any, like, real proof, but whatever.
I didn't know. Well, how didn't you know? How did this person get into the company? And you know,
yeah, I am wondering about that though.
For children and is around children. So yeah, Jimmy, I think we need an explanation from you, or you know, your lawyers and PR people and representatives and spokespersons, and on how you could have not known that there was an offender at a high level in your company. And while you respond to that, why not just respond to the allegations of rigging contest videos and selling fake signatures, running illegal lotteries?
I already looked into all that stuff. Most of that is just fake, or just, like, it lacks context. So, like, it's probably not even an illegal lottery at all. But I'll get into that in my next video in a week or two.
You know, the dangerous conditions on the set of Beast games, you should address those too. So yeah, just let us know. Okay, that was my interview with former MrBeast employee Jake Weddle.
Okay.
I know he will be coming out with
5 million views. That is a lot.
As well as other content. So I just wanted to shout him out. Jake Weddle, top link in the description.
So this video, it probably, it's harder to tell if he's, like, lying or making things up or, like, exaggerating, but so at the same time, there's both, it both seems more genuine, and it also seems less genuine because he has less evidence to go off of it. So it's harder to tell in this one. I guess I won't dislike this video, but I don't know. Just, like, all this stuff. So all this stuff about MrBeast, it's not him doing stuff bad directly. It's not him doing bad stuff directly. It's him, like, indirectly having bad stuff happen. Like, someone else does something bad, and then because they're associated with MrBeast, they say MrBeast is a bad person. And, like, MrBeast seems to care about people. They still didn't point out that he, like, helps a lot more people than, like, anyone else, and, like, he does a lot of charity work just to help people, and, like, and he puts on his YouTube channel to help people more because that's how he makes money. But yeah, I guess I won't dislike this video because it was fine, I guess. Just that there is some more serious claims against MrBeast. It's just that he's not directly bad. So calling him evil is still ridiculous for me. Like, look at this. Evil? What? This isn't MrBeast. This is this other random guy that he hired that he may or may not have known about the bad stuff. I don't know. But, like, he's not really a fraud based off the research I did. He's definitely not evil. He helps people, but whatever. To each his own, I guess. But yeah, that was the reaction. Oh, why do I think MrBeast hasn't responded to anything yet? Last thing before I stop the stream. he puts a lot of time in his videos. Most videos he works on take over a month, and he works on multiple videos at a time before uploading each one. So he was already working on that previous video that came after the drama started for a while. And he's probably I heard in this video he's actually currently working on a rebuttal video, and he hasn't released it yet because he was waiting for the part 2 so that he can like debunk more claims or like fix his image or whatever. So yeah, I'll be waiting for MrBeast. That might be like a part 3 if I react to MrBeast like talking about that stuff, but it's probably gonna come out. I would assume. Let me see when MrBeast. His last video was 5 days ago, so probably in like a week and a couple days. So like once this video is 2 weeks old, or maybe 3, he'll probably do a defense video, and so that's probably gonna be his next video. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he really is a bad guy. I highly doubt that. He seems very genuine, but everyone makes mistakes, so too bad. I mean, I'm not gonna hate him for it. I'm still proud to be a MrBeast fan. It's just that things associated with his company haven't gone well, and it wasn't that much his fault, although partially was, but he didn't try to make it like that. So yeah, Jimmy, my takeaway is that Jimmy is still a good guy. He just made a few mistakes, and the things that might be worse, we haven't gotten clear responses because there's not real evidence. But yeah, all right, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.